All right. I'm gonna turn this way. All right. So again, smooth, round, even, contiguous. When one part moves, all parts move, and everything with a relaxed inner smile. Uh-huh. Those. Shake it out.
So I got to go to a conference for 3 days in Austin, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Uh,
Uh,
Palo
what
Alto,
kind
Palo
what
Alto CyberArk Impact.
uh-huh. So how was that?
It was good. It was good. Palo Alto bought CyberArk, and
And what does CyberArk do?
they are a PAM, privileged access management
Okay.
system.
All right.
Basically, you create your privileged access accounts, and then they rotate passwords. You don't even get to actually even see them. You can if you want to, but you typically don't even need to see your password.
So so do you use um a token or a key as well?
Yeah, you can either log into
You
the
could.
front end and click the web page, click your account and copy, or you can use it programmatically through um, a different medium. So you're using that password for the day, but then it'll rotate. So I talked a lot about securing your agents and MCPs, putting borders and guidelines around them.
Well, sure. The perimeter isn't the perimeter anymore. The perimeter is um, your I guess your access and authentication is your
Just
identity.
yeah,
Your
you give
perimeter
your
is your
rights to
identity.
yeah, you give your rights to an AI agent to do a bunch of things, and what if you leave? What if it runs amok? What if it deletes things that you didn't intend it to? Whose fault is it? Who did it? So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Now, are you guys a Palo Alto shop?
Um, we have it in the environment, but it's not predominant. But CyberArk is.
Oh, I see. I got you. All right. All right. Now, number three. All right. Widening the shoulders. Yeah, well, that's nice, man. You get to take and so you're not working while that's going on, right?
Uh, a little.
All right, tight stuff. Nice stuff there. All right, good. All right, shoulder up. All right, shoulder up. Stretch to that side. Good. Drop. Other shoulder, pull it. Yeah. Let the shoulders, looks to me like you're driving with your legs, right? So you are, but shoulder, almost like somebody pulled it, right? And then let the shoulders also go back and forth too. Yeah. That's it. That's it. A little slower. Yeah. Yeah. Try to let the shoulders kind of pull. All right. Good. Numero uno. The turtle retracting its head. Right. So we'll take it as a whole exercise.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can go that way. That's good. Good. And outside. Short one, a long one. So there's this series of YouTube videos. I think it's pronounced the guy is Feynman, Feynman, or Feynman, Feynman. So the guy is actually, I guess, an engineer, but he does this breakdown on what happens to the body when you even press a foot down. So he was going about this. If you make a fist, right, it activates this part of the brain, and that even making a fist, or they were using even hand grips, uh, the type that would measure your grip strength, right? And they would take 30% of your grip strength and they would practice actually just like 4 sets a day of holding them for 20 seconds, right? And it lowered the blood pressure better than any kind of medicine would. Um, and then the practice of the grip then had an impact on people clutching when they were trying to do something. For instance, everybody, you can kind of screw up, I don't know, a pitch or a bat or whatever, you clutch, and then because the um, the part of the brain that is used for thinking, kind of then involves itself in that and then screws up something, like you were walking down the steps and you just think about it for a minute, and then next thing you know, you're tripped up, you know.
Yeah.
So, the body has these kind of automatic kind of movements that you don't have to think about, it does. But there's a series of these videos that just talk about all the processes that go on, and I
Mm.
can't help like listen to that and then think about these exercises or just exercise in general. The impact that it has on the body. Just in terms of just the lymphatic system, right? So the lymphatic system has no real pumps in anything. The way the lymphatic system works is when you squeeze a muscle, okay, it squeezes the fluids in the body and then pushes them through the lymphatic system, gets into the circulatory system, and all these changes happen, right? But if you spend your whole day sitting in a chair, nothing gets done at all.
Yeah.
And then, the result is aging and disease, right? So, um, just a simple fact of doing stuff, has uh, such a profound effect on your physical, you know, mental, emotional well-being.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't
And
stop thinking about it now. Now, when I'm pushing pressure on my feet, I'm thinking of every muscle, every tendon that it touches all the way up my leg to, you know what I mean? Like it's every part of my foot, the ball of my foot, the base of my foot. I could feel it now thinking about it. It's a,
yeah, so he's saying that just the pressure of that foot creates a small voltage in the bone, right? And so the body electric in a way, I mean, you can't really be thinking about it, but it is amazing, how that stuff happens. Yeah. Where you going? Where you going? All right, the BaGua. Let's do it together. Then I'll do it. Then you'll do it. Okay. Same, same. Okay. I normally start on the right side lifting and then move off to my left. Okay. You can go the opposite. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Do it again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right. Put these down. That's still don't make me. Okay. All right, your turn.
so it was interesting watching you even shows me how it's different than I perceive it to be. So I need to keep watching that to get closer. one thing that I noticed is this isn't just I'm staying directionally right here as I'm drawing this Tai Chi symbol. There was a lot. I know the hips need to move like this, but it felt like there was even more a little bit. But I'll try it.
Yeah, I would say there's um, probably a half a dozen elements that, at least a half a dozen elements that just by themselves, you
Yeah.
know, could be practice, you know.
That's both sides.
Close it up, fill yeah, close it up. That's it. Uh,
You can see one
respect,
side worse than the other.
respectable. It's respectable.
Take
Okay.
it. Take it.
Yeah, it's respectable. Um, good open. Yeah, a good opening. Yeah, we can prove, but you've got the fundamentals. So let's look at it. Let's look at some of the elements alone, right? Right. So yeah, um, the big circle, right? Just try to imagine it, no matter how big the outer circle is that your S fit inside, right? Everything's as round as possible, right? Um, it's probably less arm because you've got, so here, my shoulder, I'm not moving, right? But yet I got this range of motion just driving from the legs, right?
Oh,
All right,
oh.
so that's one aspect, right? Then you got the other aspect, right, of the cycling the five elements, right? So this one definitely, I mean, I can do just the arm, right? But and solo, it's much better, you know. Now, Bien, he kind of keeps his hand pretty high. You know, the one thing that just my common sense tells me is that the two hands can be out of sync so that it's almost like you're breakdancing. So I go one, two, right? One
Yeah.
from here, two goes there, right? Then I'll do one and then bring it back. Okay. Three is kind of like one rolls across, and then I'll get this in and kind of pull it back. So one kind of pushes, the first one pushes, the second one pulls, the third one pushes, the fourth one pulls
Hmm.
out, right? And then bring it back, right? Throw it out and then bring it back. So before this starts, okay, this is almost done. Here, here, right? Here, here, right? This side, that side, this side, that side. So it kind of rolls through the body, right? All right. Third part, right? Start with the heel up. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can flip the maybe even a little bit more. Mm, okay. So my heel is up, right? The foot sits down, weight shifts to the foot, and then the other one goes up. Okay. So the emphasis is on the ball of the foot. So that where my palm where my foot, right? It's right in here. So you're looking to stimulate the kidney point. If you look at any kind of acupuncture, yeah. So, but really, the best we can do is get our foot, um, lift the heel up, and that whole bit of just lifting the heel, flexing the calf, it has the really strong emphasis and impact on the whole lymphatic system, right? Okay, so down, weight shifts to it off of the other leg. Okay, down, weight shifts to it and the other leg. Okay, down, weight shifts to it and up, down, weight shifts to it and up, right? Okay. Then you've got the breakup of the waist. Okay. So the best way to do that is here. And my hips don't move, but my upper body does. Let's see. It's pretty good. Now, do it again. Do it again. See if I can coach you through it. All right. So now stop. Let's see. So stop for a sec. Yeah. Lift the arms up. Yeah. I know this is a tough part. Spread the feet a little bit. Right. All right. So now yeah. So just one side. Now move to your right. Just to your right. Just push it over. Uh-huh. And you can feel the weight. Now slowly move to the left. Now don't lean. Just boom. You're You should feel a stretch here, and this kind of caves in a little bit, and stretch the other side.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Hmm. Now it's going to be like you got a ball bearing, um, like this in
Mm.
your chest, and it's going to roll around. Yep. So now that's it. So you are. I think I can push it back a little bit. So I'll turn this way. The back to the chest. So you can feel all the muscle cross-linking and adhesions. So one way to do this is to start at the neck and move down to the groin and then back up again, right? So along the neck, then moving down the spine. At the diaphragm, I'm moving to the belly, low as possible, and then moving back up again. And then the other way. So that is just a supplemental exercise that tends to open it up, and you'll feel that. I mean, your body's going to be probably a little sore in doing that. All right. So now, so I incorporate that in the foot movement. So now, and a lot of times I just put my hands this way. So heels up, Right heel's down, moving to the left. So now the hips are moving to my left. My head's moving to the right. Okay. And now I'm moving back. And that's very similar to part three of returning springtime. So,
Mm. Yeah,
right.
felt that. Yeah.
The only difference is, yeah, so I'm rolling back. Okay. We have a couple more just called rock swimming. Now, instead of being on that side, I'm rolling the shoulder, so it's a little backwards, right? And then you're going to have some forward versions, and then some side to side versions. Okay? So, so we have this part where the spine, especially the lumbar, is kind of, you know, challenged. So you're looking to really work that area of the body and create as much pliability as you can. Okay? Uh, so we have the hand, uh, we have the second hand, okay? We have the feet, we have the rolling of the body, right, side to side, right? So putting it all together, right? One, okay? Now the body's rolling back two, and it turns, right? Going back three, okay? Rolling four, okay? Five, down, right? Six, going back, seven, and out, right? Other side, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
Question.
Yeah,
So this is circling of the five elements, right?
yes.
Yes. So this completes, and then I do a full circle of the start of the Tai Chi symbol. So
No.
okay.
One cycle of the five elements is one
Yep.
half of the circle.
Mm.
Yeah, stop. All right, stop. Start over again. Put the left hand down. All right, so right's up. All right, one. Stop the left hand. Yeah, so now do the left hand with it and stop at the top of the circle when,
Mm.
yeah, at the top of the circle when the right hand finishes. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's your sync. That's it now. Do the right hand. Two, and the hand went down. Uh-huh. Do the right hand again. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. And then, right.
Gonna
There you go.
stop. Okay, cool. So okay. One, two, three, four. That's how many of these I need.
Yes.
Circling the five elements. Four
Right.
of these makes a full Tai Chi
Yeah.
symbol.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now, all right, so let's just do the first one. All
Okay.
right, so right hand's up, left hand's down. All right, stretch your body to your right. So you should feel a pull from the right fingertips all the way down to your left ball of your foot. Right? Good.
Yeah.
All right, so now um, you're going to start a wave from your right hand through the shoulder. Hold on. As that wave goes through the shoulder, it hits the left shoulder and rolls out the left fingers.
Mm.
Nope. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's way delayed. So you want to. So that right hand. when that right hand pivots, it pivots to the elbow and then to the shoulder. A little better, a little better. Go back to try it again. So hang on. Look, you're here, in, out. So the flow goes to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the shoulder, to the elbow, to the finger. You want to feel that wave going through the body. Not bad, not bad,
I
not bad.
felt it went like that.
Not bad. Yeah, but it's also coming from the feet too. So the feet, energy of the feet move up through the body, hit this. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
Oh,
Yep, yep, yep. I stopped. Yeah, it's good. Do it again. Do it again. One more. I stopped right there. Now, now the hands up, right. So now your right hand is going to almost kind of like do the pull. So it does it again. And the hand will finish down yeah, yeah. So again, it's another wave. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Right. So that's what's going on in the upper body, and then
broke
the lower body is doing its bit, and they're kind of, just, you know, yeah, they're kind of doing that action. And really just taking those moves and just segregating them. Okay. Yep. All right. So now I'm going to give you an auxiliary. Um, that's called the little BaGua. So there's the big
Oh,
BaGua. Okay. So the
oh,
big so the big BaGua doubles the Tai Chi. It also does it with the feet. So I'm not going to do the whole big BaGua, but right. So you got 1 and 2, right? 3 and 4, right? 5 and 6, 7 and 8. All right. So put your right side out to me. Yeah. All right. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. We're at the top of the circle. Now we're going to draw the circle again. 5 and 6. And from the top, we're going to draw the S down. 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Going backwards now. 5, all the way around the circle. 6. And from the top, we're going to draw the S down. 7 and 8. And over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from the top, no, almost. Hey, do it again. Do it again.
yeah.
All right. So 1 and 2 is a big circle, right? 3 and 4 is the S. All right. 5 and 6, the big circle backwards. 7 and 8 is the S from the top down. Okay. Now, we do this at the end of Tai Chi form. Okay. So we draw the S. We do it a little different, but the case is there's 16 different ways to do that. Okay. What if I start here, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and do it on a horizontal rather than a vertical. Okay. Or catty corner. So there's all that the idea of the figure eight is just extraordinary. And the idea of working just just this action here. All right. Does all the same, doesn't it? It squeezes the muscles, moves the fluid through the body, improves the digestion, elimination, okay? Oxygenates the body, soothes the mind, tones the was it the vagus nerve, right? So, all right, so good. Let's try that guy one more. Okay. All right. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Right here at the top. Backwards. 5 and 6. Full circle. You get to the top. Palms down. 7. Palm up. 8. Palm down. Okay. So in this case, we draw the circle with the palm down and then exchange it. Okay. The way one of my teachers described it, it's like maybe you had your hand inside of a pipe, you know, okay? Inside of it, right? And then,
Tasting the inside of it.
yeah, so you've done them all, right? So now I can incorporate that, right? So 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 5 and 6, 7, and 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cool. All right. I think that's a good one for today.